Hey, I'm Kristen and I share divine messages. My inner child was wounded when my parents couldn't respond to me in the way that I need them to. I am reacting from that wound. How many of us can relate to that? Yeah. So I feel like this is a childhood wound that is something you've been working on healing, or this is being worked on now by somebody, or this is as a result of an experience you had with somebody. So we're going to get some more messages. Okay, we're going to ask the angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space for divine guidance and healing for this time. And we are surrounded in divine white light, and so it is, and so it will be. So there is this changing the pattern and moving forward. I feel like that's amazing. And motorcycles could be relevant, but this is kind of like, something that you have to do alone, right? It's something that, usually when you're on a bike, you're in like solitude and you're just kind of like being one with nature and the flow. And, this is something that, is a specific path too. So I'm getting like a healing path energy with this. So many of us, are on that personal development path. I have a 4 and a 3, so this kind of brings me to a 7. So I feel like whatever you're doing, you recognize like where you needed to do your own work. And I feel like you chose to grow from a situation and you've been making changes so that you're not repeating the patterns and you're moving forward. And that is amazing. There's some energy here that might want to talk to you, and I'm getting it could be telepathic. It says, I want to talk to you, but I'm not sure I'm ready to share everything. And you give the answers and give you the answers that you deserve. So I feel like somebody would want to speak to you, but not the truth. Okay. So that's maybe a bit of what they experienced in their family dynamic, is that communication was not a strong suit, and as a result, there wasn't a whole lot of support. And so this is a pattern that this person is that like they hide things, they can't be vulnerable, they may be difficult with being honest with themselves and accountable with themselves. It says, we need to wait for divine timing. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect conditions for our reunion. So for some of you, this could be someone you might be, or this is an energy coming in that you are going to be reuniting with. It doesn't necessarily have to be the energy that you might have had some lessons with when it comes to changing this past pattern. The next card out is, I'm beginning to focus on my mission, and our connection is part of that. So this really could speak to like the reunion aspect of things. There's something, and it's 1-1, so it's kind of like a fresh start and a new beginning and learning and applying what we've just experienced, focusing on a mission. And this is a beginning, and someone sees you as part of that. I also have more telepathic messages. One of us is sad or angry, and it's creating an energetic match frequency with the other. So somebody might be picking up on your vibe and being like affected by that during the day. Stay conscious of this, and if possible, try to help and elevate your frequency, okay, your vibration. Like maybe meditate, maybe listen to some fun music, kind of like, have a little fun. Interesting. Okay, and that's a number 7. Let's see here. We have, whatever you just cleared helped me shift to. So if you're doing energy work, I feel, or just emotional work, shadow work, whatever you're doing is helping this person shift to. There's a strong connection here. When our conversations are lighthearted and playful, it eases the tension that is sometimes there when we talk. So you might feel like there's this good banter back and forth, and sometimes when you can just be playful, it kind of releases the tension. because of you, I'm starting to see what is really important in life. So you might have been someone who people look up to in that regard, or you're leading by example in some way. I do have 2-2 here, so I feel like there is this, like, you might be seeing 2-2-2 a lot, or just 22. I also have 1-1. So you could be seeing 11-11 as well, as far as like some of these signs. I feel like, yeah, I feel like you walk the talk. Is that how it goes? Yeah. Somebody wanted to send you a message today, but I was afraid to. I don't know if you want to hear from me or if I can say the right things to you. Yeah. I mean, if someone's going to come in with some BS, then no. If you're going to be truthful and honest and vulnerable, then sure. But don't be bringing the bullshit. We don't have time for that. That would be a hell no. I'm going to have to redo that because there's too many cards here, okay? All right. We'll do one more round of this. What are some other messages? I need you to trust me and believe me. I am working toward union with you. Okay, so someone is mirroring one another. So there's like this, like you're feeling each other's energy, and you know, some of your emotions may not necessarily be yours. You could be picking up on this person's energy. They kind of mentioned this earlier. If one of us is sad or angry, and it's creating an energetic match and frequency with the other. So I feel like, you know, this is something that you two are working together with. You're healing through your own experiences, and it benefits the other in some way. And then on the flip side of that, you know, you have to be aware of that too, right? The cause and effect of things, and you know, the correspondence going on here. A lot of telepathic communication here. So there's a lot of work in the 5D is what I'm getting. Our union energy needs clearing. Repeat this 11 times with slow, deep breaths. You ready for this? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. I'm grateful for you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. I'm grateful for you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. I'm grateful for you. You can repeat that till 11 times if you'd like. This is about forgiveness, most importantly of self. Okay? So this is like a special like message to some of you that are still trying to work through, you know, the healing process, to, you know, begin with forgiveness. Begin and end with forgiveness. Neither one of us is being honest right now. Why are we afraid to express ourselves? So I feel like there's energy that's also playing out here. It's like I want to talk to you, but I'm not sure I'm ready to share everything and give you the answers you deserve. So I feel like, again, there's still this feeling like there's like a communication blockage, okay? Lack of trust, lack of clarity. You know, maybe there was a bunch of red flags and maybe called them out on the red flags, and you got what they wanted you to know, right? Not the truth. So I feel like that's still the way in which they operate. And I'm not sure where they're at as far as healing that or not, but you know, if somebody's going to hold back information for self-preservation, then it's a no deal. Like there's no trust there, okay? And you can't have any type of exchange with people and try to forgive and move forward if there's, you know, dishonesty like in the apology. I mean, come on. Like, let's get back to basics here. Number 10, the planets are activating us to heal and bringing us closer together. Surrender to all the changes. So you might be somebody who like is feeling the cycles and the timelines and a bit of maybe even convergence. We need to wait for divine timing. Time is healing our wounds and creating the conditions for our reunion. So again, confirming that like something's ending so something new can begin here, okay? So it's like you're going with the flow of the universe. I'm beginning to focus on my mission, and our connection is part of that. Let's see. And then it says, I'm conflicted about whether I have what it takes to be your partner. So someone might be feeling a little bit like having to go within and like tap into that eternal flame, that inner spark, that, you know, that self-love, like knowing that, like, you know, this is a partnership that, you know, is destined for greatness. And maybe there's a pattern here that's trying to be broken of self-sabotage or talking themselves out of things, or settling for not going for it and being stuck in the, you know, in that conflicted, like, yes I can, no I can't, right? All right, let's see, that's a number 8. So it's like, it starts with you in that situation when it's like, I'm conflicted about whether I have what it takes. So especially to be someone else's partner. And so it starts with you, like you need to believe that you already are the partner that you seek, and you already have what it takes because you're already doing it. And then that's it. So it starts with you. I'd long ago shut down those parts of me that wanted love, romance, and intimacy, but you make me long for those things again. I'm getting like whoever you're connecting with telepathically, I feel like the connection you guys have on the higher dimension is a strong one. And you experience a lot of the intimacy, and just the love and the energetic tuning and working together. I feel like you do a lot in the mission space, but it's in like the 5D. It's not necessarily here in the physical. So I'm getting like a whole lot of spiritual work being done with one another. Yeah, and it says, just like you, I'm always doing some form of mission. There you go. Yeah, I feel like you've kind of, you've both awoken each other in this situation here, is what I'm getting. Okay. So it's like both heart chakras have been opened and there's healing going on, and you are connecting and spreading love. Mirrors, our inner children are crying out right now. We both need to comfort them and become the parents. So there very much could be some inner childhood, inner teenager year type reparenting. Okay, so maybe you have kids, and so through that process, like, you're almost seeing yourself as the parent you had, where you may have some wounds that need healing. And so through this process, there's an opportunity for you to work on that that healing and comfort your inner child, right? And become the parents that they needed when they needed them. Because I feel like that's a core wound here. My inner child was wounded when my parents couldn't respond to me in the way I needed them to. I'm reacting from that wound. And so I feel like that's a bit of what's being healed here, is our inner children are crying out right now. We both need to comfort them and become the parents. So I feel like it's a bit of a cycle that's being worked on at this time. And it could be through your own family dynamic that this is being brought to the surface. Don't listen to other people and trust yourself to know the truth. All right, I feel like somebody had to absolutely do something on their own. I feel like it was like a soul's path, 9-9. You might be life path number 9. Because of you, I'm starting to see what is really important in life. So I feel like you're like the lighthouse. So you could be a light worker. You could be somebody who illuminates things for people through relationships with you, or even just knowing you, maybe even watching you. I feel like you're maybe a bit influential without really wanting all the hubbub. I feel like you kind of might even be a lone wolf. Okay, you might kind of do your best work alone. But I feel like you don't listen to other people and you trust yourself to know the truth. And I feel like because you have that strong ability, you can guide others. Okay, so there's a bit of guiding here. And then there's another 9. So I have 999. Surrender brings us together faster than the resistance. Wow, that's beautiful. How about one more card? All right, mirrors, number 11. Being mirrors for each other makes self-love so important. I wish I was there to love you, but if I'm not, I want you to love and nurture yourself. That is what it's all about. Yep. Surrendering brings us together faster than the resistance. There you go. All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next part, okay? I hope you enjoyed these messages. This very much could hit for a couple different energies in a certain timeline. Like, not everybody's on the path at the exact same time. So maybe not all of these messages hit for you in this moment, but they could be very much hitting for those who are currently going through, there's definitely some union energy here. There's definitely heavy healing energy here. And then there's also a little bit of like, I've just gone through, a dark night or an ego death, and I'm awakening to, where I need to focus, right? There's this becoming aware of yourself, right? And understanding like it's easier to surrender to the process than to like fight it. So we'll get some more messages on part 2 and 3. So I'll see you guys later. Bye now.